Hi everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about metallization, which is very important step in the fabrication process. So ultimately, after doing the diffusion, this oxidation, photolithography and all, we are going to finally do the metallization to make the contacts to connect to the outside world. So for that we use the metallization. So metallization is nothing but deposition of the metal. So that can be done by opening the contact cuts. So contact cuts can be opened by the photolithography. So first of all, what is a metal? So metal refers to a material with very high electrical conductivity. So we know the classification like metals, insulators, semiconductors. So the metal is a material with very high electrical conductivity. When voltage is applied at the ends of metal, electrons can move around almost freely within the metal. Due to high conductivity, metal connects on-chip devices. Metal is evaporated on the substrate and is patterned into wires wherever a connection is needed on an IC. Aluminium is the most commonly used metal. So important metals. Aluminium is the most commonly used metal. It is the most process friendly metal and has low resistivity. So the other metals are like copper, tungsten, silver, gold, but we have certain issues to be considered with the usage of the aluminium. Like aluminium has some shortcomings like electromigration, insufficient temperature resistance, so like that. So those should be taken care when we use the aluminium. So some issues in the VLSI metallization like speed, intensity, stability, voltage drop, area, all these are the issues in the metallization. So the speed, so metals are nothing but the wires. Wire is nothing but it contains the resistor capacitors. So tau is equal to RC, we know. So resistor capacitors contribute the delay. So similarly, intensity, it is dependent on the electromigration, which in turn depends on the electric breakdown. Stability, the contact interface, stable IV characteristics. Voltage drop, IR drop reduces voltage on transistor. Area, connection wires have to be narrow as device density increases. So all these are the issues in the metallization. So whenever we are connecting the multiple interconnections, so suppose we can see this aluminum metal 1, metal 2. So metal 1 is the first level of interconnect, metal 2 is the second level of interconnect. So how do we connect this metal 1 to metal 2? Using via 1. So via 1 is used to connect the metal 1 to metal 2. What is a via? A via is a hole etched in the interlayer dielectric which is then filled with metal, usually tungsten, to provide a vertical connection between stacked interconnect metal lines. So via is used to connect two metals. So the material used is like tungsten. So like that, if one more layer is there, one more via can be used. Like that, any number of vias can be used to have the interconnections among the multi-level metals. So what are the problems? So with the metallization, some problems. Early ICs used pure aluminium as the interconnect material, so which is having low resistivity and strong adhesion with silicon. The problems with pure aluminium is junction spiking, electromigration. What is electromigration? The transfer of momentum from electrons to the positive metal ions. Mainly it happens in the short channel devices. In short channel devices, the corresponding current density becomes larger. High current densities can cause device failure as the transport of mass under the influence of current takes place. It occurs by the transfer of momentum from the electrons to the positive metal ions. When high current passes through the metal wires on the IC, metal ions in some regions will pile up and voids will form in other regions. So I'll show you the void and pile up. So what is void? What is pile up? So pile up can short circuit adjacent wires, while voids can result in open circuit. Void is absence. Pile up is like a pile of coins, we say, one over the other. Whenever we have a short circuit, pile up of adjacent wires can be formed here. In void, we will have open circuit. So both should be avoided. So this is the junction spiking. We can see the aluminum spikes at the junctions. So due to which we can have the shorts. So these are the issues in the electro migration and junction spiking issues in the metallization. So which are to be avoided by using some other metals like copper. Copper is a metal of choice for advanced process. Its resistivity is the lowest among the metals. But compared to aluminum, it has lower resistivity and lower electromigration. However, it is harder to process. So after metallization, we do the encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but the overglassing. So we call package also. A package is a housing of the semiconductor chip. It protects and preserves the performance of the semiconductor devices from electrical, mechanical and chemical corruption or impairment. It also electrically interconnects the chip with outside circuitry. Further, it is designed to dissipate heat generated by the chip. Package designs is becoming increasingly significant as well as difficult as device performance, complexity and functionality increase with each generation of the technology. So different packages we can see here, like they are plastic, ceramic, laminate or metal seal that encloses the chip or die inside. We can have different types of packages like pin through hole, PTH or dual inline package or surface mount package. So quad package, 4 sides we can see. This is quad package. So like that we are having different types of packagings. Packaging is a housing of a semiconductor chip to mainly protect from different types of contaminations. And we can see here the structure of a typical package. So we can see we can have a chip, pad, pins, and we can have bonding wire and trace. So package body is physical or thermal support for chip. Cavity holds the chip. So we can see cavity which holds the chip. Leads in package connects to pads, provides substrate connection to the chip. And some packages are dual inline, plastic leadless chip carrier, pin grid array. So like that we have different types of packages. What is dual inline package? This is dual inline package, DIP. So it is used in microelectronics. It is an electronic device package with rectangular housing and 2 parallel rows of electrical connecting pins, usually protruding from the larger sides of the package and bent downward. So mostly for microprocessors, microcontrollers, we will be seeing this type of dual inline package. So it is invented very long back in 1965 itself. And coming to the other types of packages, pin grid array. So pin grid array, we can see relatively more number of pins are there. So in pin grid array package, more pins are provided on one side of the package. The advantage with pin grid array has high pin density. signals are routed through the pin through multi-level layers in the package. So we can see approximately some 300 to 400 pins. So whereas in dual inline package we have only in parallel two sides pins, dual only two side pins, whereas here this array completely contains the pins, so density of pins is more. So this one is PLCC. So this is also one type of package. So like that we will be having different types of packages for different types of interconnections. Depending on our application, we will choose the appropriate package. So thank you one and all.